make it work with solo smokes. I don't necessarily think teams will consistently go for that, but it's an option now.
Yeah, well, in the past, this map was dominated with Jets and Chambers and Sovas and Vipers, and that does not look to change whatsoever. The one thing I was curious about is the Yoru that Alum's locked in, going away from something like the Neon, but Yoru, a champ that, or an agent that, of course, is going to look good on this. Yeah,
I mean, Yoru look good on every map right now, if we're being honest, but I think it's especially true here. Defender rotates are a lot quicker now with some of the changes going through, but Yoru is still excellent on defense for those fast TPs. It means you can play an initiator like Sova and still have flashes. It opens up to all of those. He's just great. So no surprise to see Alum locking him in.
Absolutely. On the other side, another way to accomplish flashes is going to be the KO, which was always super popular on this map. And I think, in particular, great at shutting down Viper on the exec. With teams playing solo Viper a lot, I think that just having the ability to instantly stuff a hit when it comes to turning off the wall, that's important. Although Furia have gone for double smokes, which I love. Giving up on the Sentinel now that there's not that lane through halls, there's less lurking, and instead using the ability with the site changes to have smokes cover entire choke points.
I love the new player moment whenever someone has to be taught how to put in the in-ears. It's very counterintuitive, but...
Yeah, so you put them in your ears.
Yeah, there's a little bit more to it than that.
I actually think it's pretty intuitive, Mimi.
Well, you have to like flip it upside down and then like put it over the top of your ear.
Do you want to get down there and help him out?
It looks like Nags has got him covered, though.
Okay.
Nags, if you're a newer Valorant viewer, you might not recognize, but he, of course, was with KRU through all of the early days, the
Back
Masters.
when Breeze was still in the pool.
Yeah, you know, the Masters showings, the Champs Berlin run that they went on, and, well, he's been playing for the Academy team for a while for KRU, having to step up now that they're down the main roster. Okay, Nags, just do it for him. We gotta get into game.
Again, it goes in your ear.
Again, it's more complicated than that.
I don't agree.
I
don't agree.
Oh, come on. I believe.
Well, this has to bode very well for Furia.
Wait, are we getting a demonstration?
Okay, hold on. Tutorial live on the stage. Now, what I'm thinking, right, is Furia. They're locked in. They're ready to go. They can discuss strategy.
Wow.
KRU. I mean, they can't do anything. They've got to get the in-ears in the ear.
Oh, we've got our A2 out there.
We're calling in the big guns.
Okay.
All right. And now the other. So he'd already done that one before.
Yep. But
it's the second ear that's always the challenge. And notice how he put, okay.
Oh, wait.
And in the ear around the beautiful
See, that's how a professional does it.
That is clean. I'm not going to lie.
And he's in and out just like that.
And now the over-ear headphones go over the ear. See, now that one.
That one's clean.
It plays
that one's
itself.
easy.
Plays itself. All right, that means that we're not that far away from actually playing the video game, which is great news.
That means we're done casting now, right? Because we casted the thing that matters.
Yeah, that was
the big game.
2. Yeah, so I think Furia actually won game 2. They got the headphones on.
They definitely did. So we're in map 3 now.
We're in map 3. Although for some reason it still says KRU are leading the series 1-0.
Interesting.
Which is kind of crazy to think about if you missed the first game, right? If you were just, oh, it's Furia versus, KRU having to play with new players. Well, if you missed the first game completely, you might be like, okay, yeah, I expected KRU to be better. And then you're going to look at the roster and be like, who are these guys? I was expecting 5 different people, yeah. Absolutely crazy, but it is time to head into Breeze, the very first time in a whole long time in VCT Americas. A very new look, but some of our oldest friends still hanging out on the beautiful beaches of Breeze.
Are they our oldest friends? That's law.
We got the Tactibear down there. That's my oldest friend. And there's gold, Mimi.
Not for you.
Not for me, unfortunately.
Here we go. New Breeze.
Yeah,
Let's
whole lot to unpack.
A little split setup towards B, with both teams putting 2 in towards mid.
Fight for mid goes Alum's way. An execution and a quick teleport out. As Qual gets another 2 shots, 2 kills. Furia seem to just be the pistol round players. This now forces KRU to jump on towards this B site, which continues to be a disaster. This is exactly how Pearl started off,
the first pistol, yeah. It's literally the same scenario where Furia just rinses them in 0.2 seconds. I talked a lot about how the map changed and it's less of a mid-brawl map. You're still going to see agents like the Jet, like the Yoru, and people are still going to want to fight like this.
And to me, this is just a headphone difference, right? Furia, they were warmed up, ready to go eons ahead of KRU.
Bad callback.
Koala's excited, though.
Yeah,
he liked that round.
Cutting through.
All right, so It doesn't look like KRU are going for it. Sometimes, you know, back in the day on Breeze, you'd see the Marshall Force, the Sheriff Force. Nothing like that this time around. Koala just going to get another one. Do we go back-to-back flawless?
It's funny because the last time I was consistently watching Koala was when Breeze was in the pool.
Ooh. Little flash around the corner. Doesn't actually clip Koala, but it's an honest pistol duel now coming through the wall. Not so honest as Koala gets through it unscathed. KRU going on a bit of a journey. I like that Viper orb up over on Tunnel to get the cross into heaven.
Yeah, it is really nice. It's a bit easier to work through elbow now. After some of those changes with having a bit of a narrower field that you can get shot from mid-door.
Those headshots from Allen, back-to-back rounds. So sharp.
Yeah, real crisp. You remember the ace that he had on map 1 wasn't enough towards the end to pull it through, but I think you're looking win conditions. Koala and Allen feeling confident, having great maps on the double duelist. That's an easy one to look at when we're playing on Breeze. 1, 2.
Full confident right now. I'm full confidence, baby.
So sharp. I really like the vibes Koala's bringing. Really good mind for the game as well. I actually had a chance to chat with him back when he was on the analyst disc for a day in Toronto for Masters, and just watching it, nerding it out the whole time. It's a really good understanding of it, and of course the mechanics there backing it up.
Yeah, cool to finally see him in Americas. Wouldn't have expected a Furia jersey, but here we are.
He's worn a lot of jerseys you wouldn't necessarily expect.
It's true.
On all around the block.
Well, made noise on that walk back. That should activate this chamber lurk as the A hit comes in from KRU, and that's the kill for Nags.
Yep, the lurk is good, and this A site firmly in KRU's control. You can see with the new addition to this corner that Infiltrator can play in, it gives you a chance as the attackers to play on the A site. In the past, you'd always fall back, play for mollies, just play full stall on the time, although Infiltrator will be punished for this one.
This mid fight is going to be big. Nags is still holding it down, but backs away.
Yeah, really patient. Going all the way around the world.
He's got to pick up the pace soon here.
That they do. It's a little bit awkward, though, with the weapons in hand. Koala doesn't seem to think so. Nice work from him. Spots Nags it on the right side of main, but has to get on the spike as well. Orb goes up, and some kills continue to go the right direction. Governor now stuck over in the corner, but Nags it for 3 on the round. Has done enough stalling to secure this round for KRU.
The one guy who's hasn't watched Valorant in 4 years, his last tournament was Champions Berlin, is woken up. Nags sits on KRU, he's playing Chamber on Breeze. We're so back. I didn't miss anything, guys.
The one guy comes out of the corner, he's just completely ready. Already has the prep done. Still, though, this is a pretty brutal result on the anti-bonus from KRU, only surviving with the 1 rifle.
He was going so well for Furia. Koala picking up those couple kills, but I think they ended up a little slow to actually scale forward, and by the time they were pushing, they had to rush so quickly, and Nags with that chamber just does great work.
I don't know if I care if I'm Furia, though, losing the round, but forcing KRU onto a half-buy. Infiltrator dashing into the site. That is a stinger. And I don't love the odds. Just kind of stuck behind this Viper wall for the time being. Oh my word, Allen's not looking at him. What is happening? It's a 1-for-1, I suppose. And now with Benji on the lurk, the Sheriff could be deadly, taking his time. Good for a few more. The Fury's coach came in and said it was the anti-ecos that were a disaster, and for a second map, it has reared its ugly head.
Oh, that is a real lack of awareness there. The players Berlin don't look to their left at all. And it just falls apart. That's the last round, and now here's this one. Benji goes untested as Nags again swings out with the Vandal.
I'm not even sure if everyone remembers the Berlin call out, but that's half wall over there on B.
Leave it to me.
Up where Artsen's hanging out.
Shorter to say.
2 syllables, it's both the same. This also looks the same.
But it's 1 word.
I'm going to ignore you because we're already onto the site. Infiltrator's doing the same thing, plucked out of the sky with nice shots on those knives. Lethal out from Koala. A thrifty round pulls it right back for Furia.
Maybe Breeze didn't change.
It's always been the same.
It's always been the same. Maybe it's thrifty rounds. Maybe it's Jet City. 10-2 for Koala.
Is there another map where Jet is as silly? I don't think so. No. Like, there's one Jet in the sky. This Jet's jumping around corners, dashing forward, playing off a flash. I mean, I just think it's like really quick playing hearing the flash comm come through, going for that.
Baby, I'm warmed up, baby. Nice flash, Toro.
Koala was warmed up in round 1 of Pearl. Like, this guy's 10-2 again.
Nah, he's warmed up now, don't worry. Okay, here we go again. Same Viper wall towards B, but this time it's more tempered. You feign that running, and now you walk back towards elbow. And walk back towards Koala. That's a mistake.
Up, well, it's a nice return fire from Nags. Opens up mid in its entirety. You can see Furia shying away from that. EU wants to fall back into the A site.
See this Viper wall on B, which is not exactly how I drew it.
Curved it, yeah.
Is forcing a Furia player to always be forward, cautious of that wall going up, alert coming through. Makes it a bit tougher to play against.
Yeah, tunnel's always going to be a concern for you, especially in the spot Alum is in right now, without a teammate to cover his back.
And with Crew holding on to mid control and both mains, they're in a position where Furia is very afraid of a split coming on either side now.
Yeah, that drone seeing the chamber doesn't reveal too much to Furia. Nags has been lurking in mid a whole lot. Much rather seen another player, like Benji, who has no Senti util to slow him down.
But he's also just feigning this. That'll pull at least one rotate back towards A.
So it will be up to Alum to lock down this B site. No quick rotations, no friends anywhere close. And no teleport to escape either. Can't secure the first shot, so that's an easy site take now for Crew. Artson doesn't even have a great angle to look back in. The changes around tunnel, a little bit harder to play from that spot.
And with Nerve working on a flank, it's only 2 players retaking in one angle together.
See what Nerve can accomplish.
He really has to go big here, but he is being held.
Well,
not quite.
Not held on the first
way.
one. Benji, though, knows he is approaching and shuts that down. So into the site goes Art, now completely left on an island. In the middle of 3 players. Nice first one out of him. As his opponents are completely divided, Crew are all over the place. And Artson has a wall to lay down. He can push through this too. He wants it. That is aggressive, beautiful from the veteran.
Artson with an incredible Red Bull clutch, but you can't help but pull attention to the way that Crew ends up playing that. 2 players just out in the open as he jumps up. No one in a position to trade. This first one you can understand, but Benji getting caught there just can't be happening.
I love the decision, too, to fight through his wall, knowing that
so smart.
He has time to go for it, knowing that his opponent has to run through that wall anyways. Doesn't want to waste any time. Pays off beautifully for him.
And now Crew change up the pace a little bit, look the other way. As they default their wall this time towards A. And work players into mid. So too are Furious. They're walking double down immediately.
Split idea towards A. So many players nipping at the heels of Crew in mid, but they're quick into the site. And Nerve is completely left alone. Under heavy pressure is now Benji. Shuts one down into mid. It's full control again of A, and with a deep knife too. Crew have the option to take heavy back into sight.
And they're doing it already. You see them flipping the map, fighting up. These are really strong positions, especially after the map changes.
If Fury want this round, Art needs to come up with something. But there's players coming around from the other side on him.
You don't think about MTA here.
No chance. It's quick thinking from Crew in the post plant off of that knife again.
And with an operator on Koala, I think they have to call the safe at this point. Just too tough to deal with these angles on the retake. I want to credit again the way that Benji has managed to hold things down in mid there. Even though he only goes 1 for 1, getting that pick, delaying those players rotating in was big. Gave his teammates time to actually flip the map and fight up to where they did in this post plant. Hard hits for Crew have been very successful, especially behind this Viper wall. Playing that double controller, they've consistently segmented off the anchor. And with all of those smokes in play, makes it really difficult actually for players like Koala or Alum, even with their quick rotations, to find impact before their anchor's already died.
And in theory, should have an easier chance as long as these hits continue working, playing the post plant with the map changes. I like what I'm seeing so far from Furia, from Crew rather. They hadn't let that one thrifty slip away right back. Been looking strong here.
I guess they're even now.
It's a fun little angle for Koala. Very rare to see utility spent to clear this forward angle. That's a big investment, especially with MTA already chucking a flash towards mid.
And with the Viper wall going towards A this time, makes it a bit tougher.
I like the setup though. Art taking the first contact into main now, and that can allow Koala to turn around, except
flash.
he's flashed. And no one looking at him, switches over to the shorty. One kill is good enough. With the Viper pit going down, looks like KRU want to still fight into backside. It's a mess, and Alum is behind enemy lines. All the way back in main window. Just looking at a bunch of green for the time being.
It's so awkward now. MTA wanted to fight there, doesn't get the chance. Now just has to retreat and try and get the plant down.
Alum revealing his position with some spam, looking for the planter. Now with the dart in backside. Art. Seeking his moment, and he finds it! Art has delivered so far on Breeze, and it's not stopping anytime soon.
Artson is really the ultimate feast or famine player, in my mind, and this game, he is feasting.
He's eating good
to start off. Very aggressive position he takes her. He's asked her, he's alone on site. And just off the info of that dart getting broken, he's willing to take that timing, charge in, and do so much work.
You're having a great game so far. 10-3 on the Astra. Koala continuing to fry as well.
Koala, I think in a lot of ways, has been the linchpin of these rounds. Pretty much any time they're heading towards him, he's getting at least one kill. That one wasn't a clean up shot, just diving down with the shorty instead, but achieves the same goal. So they go away from Koala. Just send it towards this A side, where they found success before.
Yeah, Nerve has been a little bit isolated before, but a quick teleport from Alum and rotates from EU means very easy response from the Furia defense. Dart ready to go down. Infiltrator dashes on in. Infiltrator gets his first to the map and has ideas for a little more. Player back orange. And Nerve still has to be worried about his 6.
The wall synergizes well with that new angle. A potent position for Infiltrator to do more.
Calm of the storm before the flash goes in. Governor tagged by it. But still Furia taking their time. Waiting for the recycle, waiting for the wall to come on through. Infiltrator shuts that down immediately. A flawless round for KRU.
So clean. Furia have got to find a solution to actually helping their side anchor on A. Every time KRU have wanted to go this direction, they're getting that opening pick onto Nerve. And once he falls, it is so much more difficult to retake A with that backside hold. The wall is up. You have a player tucked in the corner who actually has a crossfire off of the contact of Governor here. There's that opener I'm talking about, and here's that crossfire. Governor holding one way, a flash and a swing off contact for Infiltrator. And it makes holding down backside so much easier than it was on the old Breeze.
Yeah, how often would you be able to get a player in the middle of the two pyramids in a post plant, just sit there? But now that you can set up that little ping pong play, looks a whole lot better. So Furia will be the ones to go ahead and call a timeout here after losing that last round. Maybe need to figure out some more creative solutions to holding this A side, or really just the weak side of the map in general, wherever that Viper ends up playing.
Yeah, I think it either has to just be a look to be more passive and be willing to play into the retake and not lose that player, or look at some more rounds where you're splitting up the duelists and you're kind of trying to get a forward posting to help out on that side of the map.
It is fair to point out that it's a little bit harder, I think, for Furia to get information than you would get in the more standard comp back in the day. You know, usually when you're playing with Sentinels, that always locks down a different angle, or you have the KO in the mix, you have the knife for some early round
generally your weak side would be like your Cypher.
Yeah, and that would have been before all the info initiator nerfs as well. Yeah, so you're almost forced to have Koala or Alum, those aggro players, take a more forward position if you want to have some kind of info.
And they are seeing what I want here, right? Splitting up those two aggro players, helping out a side anchor on the other side, and just playing that Silver float.
You still have the quick teleport into A from Alum if necessary. Already 4 players ready to respond. Furia calling that it's just going to be another exec. Infiltrator dominated in the previous round. This time, though, so many people waiting for him. He is being asked so much, and he can still get the first. As more battles go down, Furia trying to wrap around the left side of site, and it is good.
I mean, they're
sending
just
KRU into mid.
They're going to run towards B. Only one man here.
Art's in here, waiting for it, takes his moment, and can now slide on back unpunished. Has another rotation from Alum already, too. And Nags, it's got an operator. He's being sent into top mid. There's still a minute to work with.
They might go back the other way, and if Nags gets this pick.
Waiting for it. Sees the player, takes the head clean off. And as you said, the map now split in two. What's the call going to be with 40 seconds left? He
feigns jumping back, make it feel like maybe they're rotating off, but they're not. Still here, MTA takes down R, and that opens up B yet again.
Throwing caution to the wind.
Seconds left.
Now going for the plant, Nags it, reposts on the line. That is beautiful mid-rounding and play from the KRU duo.
That's so nice from Nags. The timing he takes into spawn, and I think what's really impressive is not that pick, but the decision-making after. I think a lot of teams, you might snap a rotate towards A, but they freeze. They wait, play with those rotations before then committing together to get that pick on Artson. Even before that, I did think this was a good change from Furia. They threw a orb down the right side of the pyramid to play together backside. But what ended up happening was KRU realized that instantly, flashed through the wall backside, and punished them regardless.
And now Furia have absolutely no money to spare. So as KRU win 2 in a row to tie things up, looking to push this further and further in their favor. Really taking their time with things, expecting Furia to do something aggressive, but that doesn't really seem to be so much in the Furia wheelhouse so far this half.
Well, here they are maybe now. Koala jiggled up, but just misses the timing for a pick.
Art has also gone all the way down underneath window on the B side.
Here.
So it's a weird angle to clear out. But with this much time elapsed, they'll check it if they go back, and I don't think they're even bound that direction.
Yeah, they saw both a Jet and a Sova over towards B, so expecting it to be the heavier lean.
That dart gives good info.
I think this rotate might come in a little bit too late from KRU. You can see Fury have already started shifting onto the A side. And Governor scouting out for Art is punished. That is bad news. Now without a chance to go for a B-lurk, and now with a gun picked up on Art, if the Furia anchors can get a couple of kills, there is a real shot. Good flash, secures the first, as Koala now revealed has a teammate shoulder to shoulder, but the lockdown is there. Real nice play out of MTA for 3 on the round and a 6 for KRU.
Some things don't change that much. When MTA was playing on this America stage some years ago, that was our inaugural season, he was known for a lot of the KO play, was pretty good on that initiator, slotting in, if I recall correctly, towards the middle of the year. But here back again with a nice flash onto that Bucky and contends with the threat.
Final round of the half approaching. 2 operators in play between Nags and Alum.
I was going to say, maybe it was 2024. I don't know. America's has actually been going on long enough that the...
I think it was 2024.
Yeah.
Because that's when I joined, and I remember MTA
It must have been
in.
then. That makes more sense, because there was 2 stages. Anyways.
Split idea for KRU, but A main could be a problem. Koala dashes straight into the wall. Hunter's Fury behind him, but there is pressure coming from every single side. Infiltrator once again towards A, and once again good for it. Runs over this Furia hold.
He has been sick on the entry. The pathing into A has been excellent, and now Furia scamper, try and find a solution as Artson creeps forward.
Spike planted.
And somehow still playing up in the air after all of it.
He's getting flanked, though. This is basically checkmate. Unless his teammate can activate.
Yeah, Nerve put an orb on the chamber trip, but unfortunately he is too slow, and Nags it turns right around for him. KRU will lead 7-5 at the half.
That is real nice from KRU. It started a bit rough towards the beginning, losing the pistol, losing a streak of a couple rifle rounds, but they close it with 4 on the trot, finding great solutions to their approach into this A set, just running over Nerve round after round. And even when things got weird, showing good decision-making in the mid-rounds. It's a very successful half for KRU after losing the pistol.
Yeah, it wasn't so simple for them. They had the layers. That was good to see, and there's more after this.
We've got 2 esports endemic brands coming together to create a series of products for esports, for the biggest stages.
퍼포먼스랑 컴페티션이 주요 키워드다 보니까 레이싱이라는 테마를 잡고 거기서 이제 영감받은 그래픽 요소들이나 다이내믹하고 날렵한 그런 실루엣 같은 것들을 저희 FS1 마우스에 적용을 해봤고요.
我们希望可以协助 Pulsar 成为电竞圈的顶尖品牌，而 Voxy 是其中一个助力。
Well, KRU Visa continue to impress here, leading at the half once again. And a big part of that, Mimi, I think was Nagsit, coming away 12 kills to 5 deaths at the half, slotting right back in. And now he gets to play the chamber on the defense and just keep that going.
It's been a minute. He was on the top of the world in the early days of Valorant, back with KRU, and has been forced to take that step back, play with the Academy roster instead, down in Tier 2 for the last few years, but getting this opportunity to sub in for that jersey he's worn for so long and playing so well. And on defense, I think it's going to be even better. Chamber really does shine on this map.
Like riding a bike for him, but a lot of pressure, I think, actually on the Furia side of things, of course.
It's so brutal, too, because you come into this, you're a new team that has a roster subbing in for an org that hasn't found much success, and suddenly you have to show up and be the team with pressure, the team that's expected to win against a sub-roster. It's a lot added to the plate for this new edition.
Well, they do have some exciting options here on the attack side of things. Double smokes to make advantage of the changes of the map. Double duelist to dive into the site as well. And they've been perfect on the pistol round so far. 3 for 3 on the day.
And already a lot of space up mid. Koala and Alim will take this together. Have to re-clear a bit back through elbow. This is a very heavy stack towards B from KRU.
They're just allowing Nagsit to be on his own. Set 4 up onto B. Furia haven't really adventured towards A either. Now I think they're realizing that it might be a little heavier on the B side, but Nagsit was deadly in the opening half. Has a trip to work off of, but you can see the benefit. Double Astra Stars really push him off the site. Of course, a wall too, but he can see through this star. Are you kidding me? Poor placement on that one, a little bit too far to the left. And in a quick moment, Nagsit punishes.
Now you have to look to Koala Noob in this post plant, posted forward with the Sheriff. And he's got his first.
That's a good one to equalize a bit. Nice spots 2 players on this right side. As KRU continue forward, there's a lurk going down, but it's a fight on this corner. It should decide the round. Koala, quick reposition, smoke goes down, but Infiltrator's waiting for it. And now as Art approaches, he has a perfect backstab. Furia get 3 in the blink of an eye. These pistol rounds, they have been untouchable, and it continues 4 for 4 for Furia.
That could have been so dangerous. There was a 4-player stack towards the B side of the map. Furia were a hair from walking right into it, but seeing that second player jiggle out from Berlin, and they together make the decision to rotate back, and despite the error on the Astra smoke, play well together fighting backside and buy time to go for that second stage, falling back into main and holding it off.
I think these double smoke comps are really interesting, how they play out on this map. The way I kind of think about them is how double smokes would sometimes operate on a map like Icebox, where you have a Harbor and a Circle Smoke Agent or a Viper. And you have these
think it's
2 layers of smokes.
Very similar to how Breeze played when we were in a Harbor Viper meta. Just with, instead of that Harbor, generally going to be that orb smoke.
Yeah, and you have a little bit more freedom now as Astra Stars are going to be fully global. Don't know if there's going to be freedom for KRU in this round, as Koala posts in exactly the right position for the Marshal this time around.
Yeah, these ideas really got brought out towards the end of Breeze's life. Before it left the pool by Gen G.
Wonder how much Art was able to communicate to his teammates there. He was in elbow and could have heard Benji running back up into Nest.
I think the important part is that they have found the right space here for Furia, working into an open B site.
But the open site also has full Viper util on it, the orb blocking off the choke point, and also this defense wall that allows players to come back in from CT, divide up the site, really steal away any position Furia would have. And oh my word, what is going on? No one's looking the right way. In the backside too, Benji clips 2. It's a 2-on-2 somehow. KRU have the advantage. But Artson has the HP. No spike and 20 seconds left. Needs these first shots. Now Guardian in tow, but with 15 seconds left, he has to get the spike. He has to plant it. He might not have a fair fight going into Governor. He does. And again, Artson clutches up.
Oh, that's way too close, though. These anti-ecos have been killer for Furia. Lost 2 eco rounds on map 1. Lost 1 here in the first half. and are one bullet away from losing it again. And the only reason they do is because someone doesn't check a corner.
Oh my word. Artson also just in outer space for that first kill. That's why MTA was able to go so far. But okay. Quick little reset. Furia choosing to actually buy up into this one, even after losing a few players, have 3 rifles to work on.
But it's a quick hit.
Yes, it is. And Benji caught completely unawares. Infiltrator, too. It's a little bit segmented. And with a very deep attack wall here on the Viper, it allows Fury to take a lot more space if they wanted.
Yeah, those anchors selling so quickly is rough. And that's the power of this double duelist composition. So good at diving and showing different angles that you have to be looking at while the other player is swinging you.
Yeah, for attacking a site, it's great. For the post plant, that's where the double smokes come online. You just saw the 2 Astra smokes go down in the same choke points. And as soon as Nerve ran out of the gas, and it just means that it's really hard for KRU to actually get back in the retakes when there's only 2 flashes in the kit. Not a whole lot of utility, so you're either winning out on the anchor or taking some chances to peek through smokes, which isn't often going to go your way.
And I don't think you can understate how big this round win is for Furia. Like you mentioned, they forced into it, bought some pretty bigger commitments than you would have expected after nearly losing that 14th round. But instead, they win it flawlessly and are going to be able to build some pretty significant momentum in the second half.
And you know what, Mimi? I do think that's great. The one thing I'm concerned about is that this is the same game we just watched. KRU were leading 7-5 at the half. They lose both pistols. Oh, the bonus is won by Furia in the second half as well. How did that end? It is eerily similar. KRU even took this exact same time out following the loss of the bonus.
But it won't happen again, right?
No, of course it can't happen again. Lightning can't strike twice.
It never has.
Says a man that's been struck once by lightning.
Gotta be really unlucky to get hit by lightning.
Yeah. But then again, some people just take strange chances, you know? Stand out in an open field during a storm, zapped.
I think you're worse off if you're going to hell. Okay, this is very unimportant at this moment. Timeout for KRU. With a chance to 2-0 here with the substitute roster. It is so weird that it is Furia. The team whose only win last year was with a substitute roster, now in the position to have to dispatch an opponent in that same position. But a much better start to this second half. Koala and LM are feeling it. Artson's been winning out in the clutch.
Now, I'm really interested with KRU heading into this round, choosing to go for a little bit of punch behind it. They did save some guns in the previous round, but you have Benji buying down to 650, MTA as well. Very different idea, but on a map as Flippian has often decided on some individual duels going down. KRU like their odds. Got a little 1-2 setup close on the choke point here, eh?
Hags avoided detection.
Some good initial shot setting up for Governor in the corner. Drone spots him though, and that is just going to be lights out from Fury on this A hit.
And it's a repeat of last round where the double dive duo of Koala and Alem run over the anchors and well, with the lurk catching off one in rotation, this is already over.
Well, I think another cool thing Artson just saw, on the mini-map, there was actually this 2 players coming through on the quick mid-rotates from KRU, because when KRU throw this Viper wall, that's supposed to set up for the quick rotate B to A and block off any vision of a lurker. But the way KRU just played it was Infiltrator actually boosted up over this box on the jet. At the same time, a flash was thrown deep. So now Artson, who's often going to be playing the lurk into mid, is very aware of that pop play. He got a kill there. That was great in itself, but can try to shut down some of these rotation ideas that KRU are going to have in future rounds too.
But right now, the biggest problem for KRU is losing the anchors the way that they are. Your rotates can come as quick as possible, but if you are instantly losing out on 2 players, it's just a non-factor. So the pressure of this round comes down to those anchors in question. How well can they play together? You saw here a very committed angle from Governor as Naxit had to TP back. He gets caught in transition, and they can't make anything of it.
I mean, the scoreboard is looking crazy right now. Art and Koala doing some heavy lifting. 35 kills combined on the duo.
This time that double duelist will be split up. Instead, Furia starts working mid-control with Koala on the attack operator.
Nags it. Going on a solo mission. Not good for it either. Blows up a little bit of the mid-hold from KRU. They're getting a little desperate. See Governor.
Look at Benji.
Yeah,
Flash
just
through.
stepping forward. That's insane from Benji, stepping out of the mid-smoke as well. KRU going full pug mode and jumping up above. It is a miserable result.
So
I don't even know
now,
what just happened.
just MTA. Out of nowhere, this round flipped on its head, and he has to back away. Thinks it's going to be a rotation towards A. He's right. But can he actually catch anyone? He's too late to see this cross.
Spike planted.
Has a flash to play with, but needs to go seeking first. And Furia have fallen into such deep positions as well. Alum hanging out fully back into mid. EU the only one really starting to challenge right now. And even he slips right up against the wall. Holding for it hard, 3 kills on the round. This snowball keeps going.
That was a chaotic round. KRU trying, after losing that player initially, go for these fast refights. In main, it was a KO flash up for their B player, but everywhere they went, Furia was holding for someone, holding for this aggression. After running over on these hard execs 2 rounds in a row, they slowed things down. They know that KRU is going to try and make a play, expecting something faster again. And immediately that's punished. So for the second time in 3 rounds, KRU calls a timeout.
Yeah, really quick on the snap there. KRU had bought down to nothing in the previous round as well. Had really just been trying to throw everything into it. Now in a really tough position, looking at 4 ults on the other side for Furia as well. By all intents and purposes, this is Furia's map in its entirety.
Yep.
Sure need to pull out some kind of a miracle to swing this back, but it's been something they've been wildly effective at. Contesting on the light buy rounds, the half buys, the thrifties, what have you.
The story of the game has been the ecos. If they don't win ecos, this is a 2-0 that we're looking at right now.
That's where Furia need to lock in as well. Too often it's slipped away from them. But the way they've been playing it seems hard to find the openings. Even in that last round, KRU tried to contest them on every single front, and Furia were just hard holding for it.
And now there's this threat, right? Furia have shown the quick rounds where they've been hyper effective in double diving in and destroying these anchors. They've shown a slower round, buying into the attack op where they punish any aggression. And now they're in a position where they can very easily go for either of those approaches. They're a little slower this time, with the op posted up towards B, likely trying to catch someone re-aggressing as his teammates put pressure on A.
Furia have been real patient on the anti-ecos typically. This time, pushing forward to win the orb and have all the utility ready if there was going to be a quick fight out of the choke point.
Yeah, they were hoping Benji would go for another fight up through that orb in B main. It doesn't happen, but that's still enough pressure, and with an orb recovered, they look to go back towards B. Could get a second orb here for a limb.
Yeah, I think the idea here has to be from Furia just to play it perfectly clean on the anti-eco, get the Yoru ult, make sure they're not heading into a stack. Use that and the Hunter's Fury, of course. Alum, not even waiting for the orb. It's going to be an idea in there. Actually did pick up the orb, and Koala goes down first. Now the Hunter's Fury investing a lot here to secure this round. But it's a round they do need. Benji still alive in the back of sight, untouched by the Hunter. And it'll be Alum to deliver the killing blow. So good start to this round. Alum spots another player. Governor gets a kill.
Spike planted.
Not so clear yet. It's a 3rd ultimate spent from Furia. Trying to secure this one.
Player standing.
And it's Artson switching to the operator. Collecting another. This round should be going Furia's way. It will at the end, up to 11 now.
You see how much they fear losing these anti-ecos. 3 ultimates used on the round. A huge investment. It works out in the end.
I was a little surprised to see Koala jumping into the site ahead of that dimensional drift, yeah.
I think that they might have not wanted to use it initially, because you saw the TP prime for him to just get out backside, swing with the team. But ended up having to in the end. Now it's going to be back to the hard hits. 5 players grouped up towards B, the AWP out of the hands of Koala.
But MTA's in the right spot here to chuck out a knife and stop this hit in its entirety. It's actually an early knife, sees a few players though. with a Viper's Pit as well. Furia choose to slow things down for a moment.
And seeing that aggression, KRU already get a forward posting for their chamber on their other side. Now have to turn a bit of attention towards mid, as this drone is heard by Infiltrator.
Didn't actually see him though. And if he wants to, he could threaten popping out of this, especially with MTA pulling some attention through tunnel. Here goes Infiltrator dashing straight into the thick of it. That is madness from him. And MTA too, dodging back into the pit, but as it falls around him, he is a sitting duck. Furia will cut him down.
And now with the Aster Wall up, these two players have to desperately make a retake happen. Nags with the op. Governor close enough to contest, but the plant already going down. And a lane fighting forward.
Nags it, has the operator. No angle just yet. Might need to ask a little bit more of Governor to find an angle.
A flash and a jump for Koala is so strong with these knives.
So hard to catch him with those knives in hand. Slowly though, goes Governor, that is crisp. Can't make it another cleanly. And that chews up precious seconds. Now Allen in a 1-on-2, revealed and cornered. Governor shuts him down. KRU stopped this momentum in the second half.
It's a 2-on-3 for KRU with an ultimate use from Furia that they managed to just barely salvage. And it's all about Governor, the player on the third stop of his world tour. His third international league that he's played in, this time just as a substitute. But getting 2 key kills there on the retake. And that's even discounting what happened earlier in this round. Then it was just pandemonium with Infiltrator.
That's how Infiltrator died.
And that's how he got the kill in the pit too. Just a crazy round across the board.
That's what we need. Nice, nice.
But credit has to go to Nags and Governor for keeping KRU in this.
Some of those split-second decisions that KRU have been making are real nice. Think back to the first half, the mid-rounding they had. Here's some individual ideas as Furia sent 3 players toward mid doors.
Very interesting mid setup, a deep trip and an op-posted elbow.
Drone up, but doesn't see anything so far. A false sense of security as Infiltrator is tagged by it at the very end. With the operator fully pinged out. Makes it so much harder to play this side. Benji tries to go for an angle, but that late pinch into mid doors shuts him out of it. Doesn't even look like Governor has an angle to look at with all the smokes up in his eyes.
Same scenario again, Governor and Nags it.
This time Governor's on 7 HP. Furia have a better position on side as well. As a wall goes up, so Koala can escape back into main with the operator. Just leaving Alum here.
Last player standing.
Shoulder spotted, doesn't even matter. Shut out of it. And Nags it tries to escape, but he won't have a chance to. Furia back on match point.
Looked like KRU didn't quite have a solve to that fast split coming through from mid. You saw both of their side anchors get caught out in kind of weird positions alone after the op got pushed back by a drone. See there, MTA trying to swing in and help his teammates, Infiltrator doing the same, but none of it was particularly timed together, and instead it just ended up 1 by 1 falling, trying to fight against big odds.
So Furia in a winning position now with the Dimensional Drift online once more for Alum. And unfortunately for Nagsit, has the operator exactly where this hit is coming. But how quickly do they use the drift? I'm not sure. He might have a spot. Furia trying to contact forward are punished for it.
And here comes Infiltrator.
Oh, I love this. Trying to catch out the rotates. Again, Nerve goes down, and again, it's a dash forward. This guy's insane and might end up being the worst for it. As Furia get another kill onto the site. Alum's all the way deep, and the rest of KRU are miles away.
It's a difficult retake. EU in elbow, ready as a backstab. 2 players backside.
And look at the guns, too. Spectre, Stinger, Judge, and EU waiting for it. There he is, 1 for him. Quickly traded, maybe an upgrade for Benji. But still, they're trying to attack the B site like they're on the attacking side. KRU completely behind enemy lines now. And that allows Furia to get into this crossfire position. As they step on through, Furia will take down KRU for the first breeze of 2026.